Yo, what's going on, people? You're through to else at TvKO. Thank you once again for watching another video. It's greatly appreciated. Remember to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Right, today I want to talk about one of my favorite boxers from across the seas, across the pond, in the US, Florida to be precise. His name is Keith One-Time Thurman. Now here's the thing with Keith. He's taken a lot of stick and a lot of heat over the last 6 months or so, which I think has been slightly unjust. The nature of the heat that he's received has been based on the fact that people feel that he's avoiding Errol Spence, who is basically the new sheriff in town, after dethroning Kell Brook in pretty convincing fashion in Sheffield last year, May. People now are clamoring to see Keith Thurman in the ring with Errol Spence. I'm gonna cut Keith some flack because people are saying that he's ducking Errol Spence and whatnot. Now, I will admit, the signs do not seem good. I mean, hey, he's talking about having a tune-up fight. He does not seem to want to mention Errol Spence. People are doing nothing but throwing Errol Spence in his face, and he just will not bite the bait. But he doesn't seem to have any problem discussing Sean Porter or Danny Garcia. Two fighters who, although are certainly elite within his weight division, two fighters he's already fought, two fighters that he's already beaten, and two fighters that don't have any belts. So I can understand why people were sort of raising the eyebrow at Keith, like, well, hey, you got a guy here that you can absolutely sweep up and clean up the division with. Should you beat him, as he's got the IBF belt, and you're not even really mentioning his name? What's going on, Keith? So I get that. Me, I'm prepared to give him a little bit more of the benefit of the doubt after he came back from fighting two elite fights against Porter, against Garcia. Rumors was that he was fighting Jesse Vargas in May. However, if you actually do some research into this, there is actually still no opponent named for Keith Thurman in May. So I'm a little bit confused by that. Like, what is actually going on with your opponent? The fact that we are in April soon tells me that whichever opponent that he does get, if he does stick to the same date, I believe it's May the 15th or the following week, May the 22nd, that Keith Thurman is supposed to be fighting again. However, if we do not hear about an opponent soon, in fact, it's really gone kind of past the point of no return. I actually feel like he's going to get someone that we have barely heard of. I'd be amazed if he gets anyone inside the top 10 to fight. And like I said, I'm not even so much hating on him for that, because it's his first fight coming back off an injury. Usually you give a fighter like a little bit of leeway, have that little tune-up fight, but then it's where you go after that. And Errol Spence should be on your radar. That should be just your natural position as a champion. Here's another champion who everyone is now lauding as being the best in the division. You should want to put that to bed, right? But to simply, I don't know, just to ignore it and not even mention the guy. And the thing is, the guy has called you out many times on Twitter, saying just disrespectful things at times, like, oh, hurt that boy real bad, and things of this nature. And there's been no response from Keith Thurman, which only adds fuel to the fire of people's accusations that you are actually ducking this man, or you've got some sort of, I don't know, some perpetual fear of Errol Spence. Hey, who knows? Maybe everyone's right. Maybe I'm just looking at it from a fanboy's point of view. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Keith Thurman is ducking Errol Spence? Like I said, maybe the Keith Thurman fan in me is having me protect his name. Like, nah, he's not scared of no one. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's actually ducking Errol Spence. I think we'll know a lot more by this time next year, that's for sure. And I don't think you're going to see him inside the ring with Errol Spence within that time. By this time next year, if he has his fights with Sean Porter and Danny Garcia in the meantime, then what will be the excuse next year? Surely there can't be one, right? It's funny, man. There was once upon a time when Keith Thurman was the renegade of the welterweight division. He was hunting people down. I remember he gate crashed the Paulie Malignaggi press conference to have it out with Malignaggi, and this is where he was calling out anyone that would want it. And now he's got two belts, and suddenly you're hearing a lot of the old sound bites that Mayweather used to come up with about taking his time and choosing the right opponent and the right moment and all this type of stuff. Basically, the shit that us boxing fans don't really give a shit about. We don't want to hear this. We just want to hear about who you're fighting. And basically, you know, I feel like boxing's had a renaissance over the last year or so, where, you know, the best are wanting to fight the best again. Come on, Keith, man. Like, don't drag us back to the days of, well, not so long ago, where You know, it was like no one wanted to fight each other. Take advantage of this moment. You know, don't let a man disrespect your name. Don't embarrass me, one of your biggest fans, you know. But anyway, yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Keith Thurman is ducking Errol Spence? Or do you just think he's taking his time? You know, he's had 2 hard back-to-back fights against elite rivals, hurt his hand in the last fight, and he's just taking his time. What do you guys think? Let me know, leave it in the comments, but for now, this is Elts, TvKO, and I'm out of here, man.